Good afternoon, everybody. This is Aaron. I'm in my RV, you can obviously see, and I thought maybe I would change things up a little bit for myself and start working on the solar power for the RV. This is a 425 watts modified sine wave inverter. I'm going to put this in here in the RV. Now I need to find a place to put it, and I thought this is the loft above the cab. Oh, and I'm also taking Christmas decorations down. This box is what I've stored them in for a couple years. I think it was like some sort of, Little Caesars something, I don't know, some kind of charity thing. Or you buy pizza crust crap and the proceeds go to like some basketball team or something. I don't know, but I bought one a couple years ago, and it's a good Christmas storage box thing. So, thinking about putting this somewhere in here-ish, something. I don't know. I haven't really decided where I'm going to put all the batteries. It does have an onboard deep cycle battery that is supposed to run everything, but it doesn't. I don't know if it's not hooked up or is just sulfated really bad. I don't know yet. But this is probably where I'm going to spend most of my time when I'm on the road, or sleeping anyway. And if I don't have the option for shore power, I can have this little inverter running off the batteries, to run little lights and things. And I don't know what this is. That is it looks like a single strand wire or something. I suppose maybe one time there was a light up here. I don't know. Probably. I don't know. Probably ought to check that, see if it's hot. Pretty small wire though. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing. Now, just to find a place to store the house batteries. So the wiring in this thing is an absolute mess. I think you can hear that buzzing. That is the converter box that is supposed to go to 12 volts, and I suppose that thing is charging the battery. Some 12 volt lights are working, but they only work when that thing is on, and you'll see it get dark. Everything got dark. That is what that is. Everything else is something else. All these other breakers. So this thing is a complete disaster. And I don't really feel bad now for wanting to put my own electrical system in here and rip everything else out. So, anyway, I was kind of thinking of if I take all this crap out of here, this might be a cool place to put the batteries. It's by the stove, and everything will be down under here. And it's definitely vented because there is a lot of cold air coming in. And there might even be lights. Well, you can see light. If I can that's where the shore power comes in. Yeah, up in there. Yeah. No, it's not sealed anyway. And I can see my breath now that I got the door open. So I've kind of been considering where to put the charge controller too. This is the charge controller that ran my house for a while. It's a little 30 amp from Renogy. It's a PWM charge controller. It's pretty much either on or off, They're not really high quality, but they do the job. Same with the inverter, it does the job. And I was thinking that I would mount this stuff up here or down here, but there's nothing in there until I get either to the corner or all the way to this edge here. And then I realized, let's spin all the way around, at this cabinet here. This is like 3/4 inch plywood or something, and I can mount everything up here and right here. This window does not have a screen. This window does. So I even considered the option of removing a window or blocking a window off. I do not want to block that window off because it does have a screen. Nice cross breeze would be cool. I do have this vent above, but if you can see, there's a crack up there. And it works. I mean, the thingy It opens. I think you can see that. It does open. But there is a crack. I think you can see that. So that'll have to be replaced, of course, but at least there would be some sort of a cross breeze. And if I have the charge controller and the inverter mounted, let's see, maybe you can see that, mounted on this panel here, I can have my feet down at this side and just not even worry about that window. And maybe I can mount a small TV in front of it or something, and a little charging station for my cell phone and whatever. And I can have this side open for the cross breeze. That'd be nice. It's odd to talk about a cross breeze or desire of a cross breeze in December. It's almost January. But, thinking ahead, I guess. So, I think I'm going to do that. Okay, so I hope you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to put the charge controller up about here, and then the inverter will go below it. And I'm going to try, I'm laying on my side right now. I'm going to try to get one screw kind of started. And I know the screws are going to stick through into the cupboard, but I really don't care. Okay. I bet good enough. There's my other screws. There's one under the camera, of course. And I'll get one in the top. Let me get this guy relatively square. You can't really level anything in here because I don't know for sure that the RV is sitting level. So, I'm just going to do 2 screws for now. There. Okay, the charge controller is mounted. So, the charge controller is mounted up there. I'm going to put the inverter like right in here, I think. If anybody's ever messed with one like this, you see that one of the mounting holes is directly under the terminals. Not this one and not the other. Yeah, but this one. So this screw has to be set first. So I'm going to have to put that screw in and slide it into it. So let's try to get it good and square, and then I'm going to kind of try to mark it. But I need to leave room here so I can work with the wiring when it comes in. And I'll move it down about there-ish. I'm going to try to put a scratch. Can't really see what I'm doing, but I think I got it good enough. Okay, well, actually, just hold that there and I can run this one in. Maybe. Okay. Guys in there. What sucks about these screws is the threads don't go up all the way. But they bite in pretty good, so it's kind of okay. There, it bit in there. It doesn't look so bad. Now, try to get this screw in. You probably can't see what I'm doing. It's on there pretty good. Now I'll put the other screws in, and that'll be mounted. I just need to do the wiring. The solar panel isn't mounted yet, and I'm kind of running out of daylight today. That'll be a good project for tomorrow. So I was trying to get an idea on the front part of the RV where to come off of, where the deep cycle battery is located right in here, and then the engine start battery is located over here. It's not a deep cycle battery. This one up under the hood is designed to be drained and recharged. Kind of thought I'd come up and sort of get an idea, and I started looking through where the radio was, and I found this wooden, I guess somebody made like a backer plate or something to hold in an old style radio. I don't know. Whatever. You know what, let's see if this thing will start. Grab the camera. See if this thing will fire up. Okay, it was loud when I drove it, and it hasn't been started for a while. Okay, accelerate the pump a couple times. See if she'll go. Hey, how about that? Yeah, she's loud, but it started right up. Kind of started right up. That's cool. I don't see any like warning lights. Not that the warning lights would work. But hey, it's running. That's cool. I can see daylight down through around the steering column. I wonder if it'll kill the engine if I turn the wheel. No. No, cool. Yeah, it's really loud right down in there, underneath all this crap. This thing is filthy. Yeah, the doghouse unhooks here, and it unhooks over here. And then you're pretty much, right there is the engine. There's an extra fan belt in here when I got this, so I'm kind of anticipating a squeaky belt. Let's see if I can rev it up a little bit and see what it does. Well, I don't hear any squeaky stuff. It's kind of funny because it has a cigarette lighter. You don't see those in modern vehicles anymore. It's kind of cool. See if the horn works. I think it does. Alright. Windshield's foggy because I got propane going on in here. There. Overall height, 9 foot 8 inches. And I really think somebody didn't pay attention to that because the air conditioner on top, the shroud, is all crapped up. Oh, here's something funny. Look at this. It's like a popsicle stick. I didn't notice that when I was driving it. Did it work? Yeah, that one works. Okay, and hey, cool. You know, I didn't even check this stuff when I drove it over here. That looks like a cruise control thing with a popsicle stick and a tie wrap. Oh, that's probably why. There's black tape here too. Yeah, awesome. No dash lights that I can. Oh yeah, there is. Yeah. Cool. There is dash lights. Or the wipers. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh, this thing has air conditioning. Like engine air conditioning. I did not realize that. Yeah, I can just put a bunch of stuff out at me, but hey, it works. I'm gonna let this run for, well, probably not that long because it stinks. Oil pressure looks good. Battery's right in the center. If that works, I don't know. That is charge and discharge, and it's right in the middle. Actually leaning towards the top just a touch. This thing does have some miles on it. 86,000. Almost 87,000. Interesting. There is a bubble. I don't know if that, oops, I don't know if that's still, yeah, it's still solid. Yeah, I can see the bubble on that side. So I'm leaning to the right a little bit. I think you can see the bubble there on the right. Pretty cool. So, I knew it had an exhaust leak. And to me, it kind of sounds like it's on the passenger side. And I hope it's just like one of those donuts on an old manifold that I can replace. No, I don't know. Maybe it's a cracked manifold, or maybe it's, who knows. I haven't torn this thing apart yet. But anyway, I was trying to, let me turn this off. Okay. I was trying to figure out a place to run the wire from the battery. And, I don't know. I see all kind of wires down here. I can see glue where somebody tried to put new carpet in, this crap. And I don't know, there's the old fuse panel, and there's a grommet right there, that black thing. That's the flasher relay, that silver thing, but the black thing is a grommet. I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll come through there, off the onboard battery, to the charge controller and then to send solar to it. Man, it really stinks in here. That exhaust. But hey, that was cool. It started up. This thing still has the old crank windows. And then this is to open the door. This, you don't see that stuff anymore. I have no idea what that is. Oh, wait, no. That's the heater blower. Oh, wow, it's like loose too. I can see the grill. There's a grill right there. Neat stuff. And it has those cool windows, you know, that you can open and pop out. That's pretty cool. So yeah, anyway, I think I'm gonna run from the onboard battery for the lighting and stuff. From that little grommet down there, maybe up under the dash and then up to the bunk. You know, there's another to-do thing. This is the 100 watt polycrystalline panel that I will be putting on top of the RV here. It has these Z brackets that are really cool. It goes like this. They mount down, the panel mounts on here. Even has these little stops so you can line it up correctly. Now that I have the panels on the house, all these brackets are freed up. And this will be probably good enough for what I need. Polycrystalline is not as good as monocrystalline, just because of how they're constructed. This panel is larger than a monocrystalline panel. Excuse me. Still fighting a cold. But this thing still works great for what it is. And it's going to go on the roof when I get time. Now, to mount this, I have to find bolts like that. Sorry, let me flip you over here. Bolts like that. They're very small bolts. But these things hook on really cool, just like that. And then, of course, the bolt goes through up there where the hole is. And that's going to go on the roof here once I decide where I want to put those. 100 watts really isn't much more than... I mean, you really can't do a whole lot with 100 watts. It'll be enough to charge one battery that I can run my inverter to charge devices. So I do plan on getting more, and you know, maybe I'll end up flipping it over to monocrystalline. Probably not, because I don't want to just put this in a storage building and just forget about it. I want to use it. It still works great, just not quite as efficient as I would like, but you know, it still works good. Especially in direct sunlight, these things pump out the energy. If it's cloudy or overcast or whatever, they're not that great. But here, let me show you another project I got going on. So I showed everybody before how the ceiling in here was messed up before the roof was sort of repaired, which I will be fixing all that up. All of this is sagging terribly up to there. You can see it's supposed to be up there, and over the years it even looks like, yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like somebody put a couple strips of duct tape over this. Yeah, I'd say that's probably what it is. I think you can see the patterns here, like a couple strips of duct tape. But anyway, I'm going to cut all this out. And this trim is, I assume, glued on, because I see no nails or fasteners anywhere. So that will have to come off too. I may end up trying to reuse it. It's rolled over here. Yeah, I may end up trying to reuse it because it is one solid piece. And if I put finished carpentry trim up here, it'll be fine as long as this vehicle is stationary. But once it moves, everything in here kind of shifts. You know, it's with any RV, everything shifts. So, I don't know. I suppose I can buy some kind of glue-on molding and cover it all. But yeah, this whole ceiling will be coming out when I get time. Before spring, obviously, but... And what really sucks is it's over 4 foot from there to, well, even there. To here, obviously, but I mean over there. all the way over to there is over 4 foot. So that's going to take one 4x8 sheet, and probably two 4x8 sheet, 3 probably, and then 4. I'm just going to do it all. So, and there's a little bit of sagging back there. Looks like there was a leak there. Maybe that was fixed. There was a leak that I did witness. But whoever fixed the roof probably didn't do it correctly. So, that'll be the other thing. Of course, the ceiling won't be done until the roof is fixed, but yeah, look at this. This whole thing is, I don't know if you can see that. I went out of focus, but I can shove it way up. Yeah, this whole thing is just crap. But yeah, there's plenty to do here, and it will be done. Yeah, eventually. Okay, folks. So anyway, yeah. So I thought I'd just come out and check the deep cycle battery here. Put this on 200 volts direct current. I think you can see that. Oops. Let's just see what is in this battery. Okay, that's negative back there. Here's positive. Oh, that's not bad for a battery that's been resting for a while. I don't know if you can see it says 12.3. Let me see if I can lodge this in here and then show you without ripping it out, which I probably will. Let me do that. Oops, yeah, I lost everything. Yeah. Well, anyway, it said 12.3. So that is the onboard, the house battery, I guess. And over here is the engine start battery, which I know it's good because it just worked. It's kind of cool. 2011 is the sticker. Yeah, that's kind of cool. See, there's not a lot of room to work in here, aside from working on the huge brake system. This thing is incredibly heavy, and it really looks like somebody's done a lot of some sort of wiring here. There's a relay just kind of laying there. Nothing looks burnt. Well, I don't know what this is here. Looks like a ground of some sort with some weird plug. Yeah, so anyway, the grommet is like right up in there that I want to run through from this. But I need to make sure that I'm not going to be back feeding. There's a ground. The hot side is pretty small. And it runs up to what looks like a linkable fuse. Right here, this would be a linkable fuse. And there's a bunch of crap on that. I'm really going to have to check all this out. I need to look up what this relay actually does. And there's tape, and there's weird connections, and neat stuff. And red wire for a ground, which is a no-no, but apparently that just did whatever. Yellow wire for a ground. Here's the hot side of the engine start that has whatever that is. Looks like somebody must have had trouble with some accessories or something. Okay, so I've got my work cut out for me with this thing. Looks like I might be low on engine coolant. Yeah, very low. So, it's an old 350, 4-bolt main, which is cool. Happy about that. Yeah, that's as far as I'm going tonight. Now, at least it has the onboard battery that has a charge. Okay, folks. Well, anyway, thanks for watching.